Alright everyone, let's cut to the chase. You're here because you want to know if the new Mortal Kombat is any good. Well, it is. See you next time. No, I'm kidding. It's not just good, it's probably the best in the series, for a lot of reasons. Um, you're also here because you know I like to give you a little, history of some of these games. Mortal Kombat, believe it or not, actually started as an idea for a video game about Jean-Claude Van Damme. Seriously, no. That's, yeah. It is confirmed. Ed Boon and John Tobias, the series creators, wanted to make a video game, but when that didn't exactly, go through, they came up with something else. I'm sure if you think about the character of Johnny Cage, what is he? He's not just an actor. He's a Hollywood martial arts film actor. So there you go. The inspiration for the character of Johnny Cage came from Mr. Jean-Claude Van Damme. So Mortal Kombat came out. Its main competitor was, of course, Street Fighter, which, in full disclosure, I'm more of a Street Fighter fan, yes. However, I do love both series equally. What made Mortal Kombat immediately different was, well, obviously there was the fatalities and the massive amounts of blood and just the controversy that it garnered, but also their use of digitized sprites. They had real people as opposed to the hand-drawn sprites of like Street Fighter. They used real people for Mortal Kombat and dressed them up in their Mortal Kombat costumes and went from there. So the characters immediately looked a lot more realistic, and that was what was really cool back then. And of course, you fast forward to now, and you don't need to do that anymore. You've got super advanced computer graphics to do all the work. I will say this about this game and the last Mortal Kombat: if you didn't know, they actually gave every single character their own anatomically correct organ placement and all that, and that was because they wanted the fatalities to be as extremely realistic as possible, and I think they achieved their desired effect. Okay, so this is a new thing that was actually first introduced in the NetherRealm Studios' last game, which was Injustice, which basically took DC Comics characters and put them in a fighting game. It's the quick time event, as it's called, in several games where you have to press a button. And at this point, we're using it to beat the holy living shit out of Quan Chi. But hey, he deserves it. Do wonder what happens if I didn't press the buttons right. Does she miss? Or what? Yeah, no button press needed there. She's always on target when it comes to finding a man's balls. That's Sonya Blade. Ooh, now the spell is broken. We'll say this about Quan Chi, even though he's an asshole, even though he totally deserves to die, he is good for bringing characters back from the dead. Okay, so these are some new characters being introduced into the Mortal Kombat universe for the first time. That's Aaron Black there, the gunslinger guy. He's actually originally from Earthrealm, but found his way into Outworld and just really digs it there and doesn't plan on going back to Earthrealm. Now that's Cassie Cage, daughter of Johnny and Sonya. That dude with the arrows is a descendant of, well, he's related to Kung Lao, the guy with the hat, who's descended from the legendary Kung Lao. The other girl was Jackie Briggs, daughter of Jax Briggs, and this guy, Takeda, is the son of Ken Shi, the swordsman who's blind, and but it was also trained by Scorpion. Here we have another quick time event. I know a lot of people, well, not a lot, but some people were like, I don't know why you got to put the quick time event in this game. It's not really necessary. It doesn't help tell the story. I actually disagree. Even though, yeah, technically it's not necessary. This game and the last Mortal Kombat did a really good job of putting in a story mode. It's almost like watching another movie. It really captured the feel of when you went to go see the original Mortal Kombat film. So yeah, it tells a story.
Ends here, Sub-Zero.
So this is actually Scorpion without his mask. I know some of you were like, well, then he's supposed to have a skull there. It's supposed to just be a skull. That's everyone knows he's got a skull and he blows fire out. Well, that was back when he was Quan Chi's, you know, demon-possessed, like, henchman, undead guy. He's normal right now. This is actually Sub-Zero trying to reach out to Scorpion and tell him, hey, I know we been bitter enemies for a long time, but turns out we have a common foe. I actually really like this scene.
Sector's cyber-preserved memories revealed the truth.
I'm going to let you watch most of it.
The Lin Kuei need to abide their agreements, Sector. The Grand Master gave Shinnok his word. Shinnok's currency is lies, as is yours. Payment is due. I exterminated the Shirai Ryu as promised. Hanzo Hasashi lives. He's your specter, Scorpion. I created Scorpion from Hasashi's soul after he died. We observed the agreement. The letter, not the spirit. You are owed nothing. Harumi. Satoshi.
Had I known of my clan's complicity in the Shirai Ryu's extinction, our history would be different.
I killed your brother because I thought he...
Quan Chi is responsible for Bihan's death.
Sector was wrong. There is a debt to be paid, and Quan Chi will pay it.
Oh, shit. Anyway, Scorpion mentioned killing Sub-Zero's brother. That was the Sub-Zero in the first Mortal Kombat game. That's now the second Sub-Zero. The first Sub-Zero goes on to become Noob Saibot, a secret character named after Ed Boon and John Tobias. It's Boon and Tobias spelled backward. Nowadays we just call him Noob. And this noob predates, of course, the derogatory term for newbies in video games, multiplayer. And Quan Chi takes a lot of abuse in this game, I gotta say. But like I said, he deserves it. He's a dick. Look at him.
Quiet, sorcerer.
Now watch this ass whooping. So yeah, the story mode. This game and the last Mortal Kombat game, they really got it right. I've always maintained that fighting games should have more of a story. Because one of the things that makes up a great fighting game are the characters. If you don't have interesting characters, nobody's going to play your fighting game. So if you have these interesting characters, why don't you, put in more of a story mode? Well, this is one of those things that NetherRealm Studios does even better than Street Fighter, is they give you a story. It's awesome. I wish more fighting games would take a cue from NetherRealm Studios. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, we introduced a lot of new characters. Not a new thing for the Mortal Kombat series, but they've by and large just kind of faded into obscurity unless they had some really important role. But most of these new characters are family related to our older favorite characters, so I have a feeling they're here to stay. So I'm going to show you this last fight, and then I'll give you what you've all been waiting for, which are some fatalities. I could have done the whole video of just fatalities, but let's face it, I'm not the only one who would have a video like that out there. I at least try to be original. Put something in my videos that you can at least appreciate where you can't with others. By the way, if you happen to like my video, don't forget to click on the likes there. Help me get some more buzz, some more play. I feel like a whore just bringing that up, but let's face it, go out there, watch some other videos, and they won't be half as good, but they'll have all these likes. Now that ain't right, is it? Oh, check this. Oh, vagina punch. Yeah, even the X-ray attacks are more brutal. You know what else is brutal? The crypt. Why is it brutal? Oh, you'll see. Because you can get attacked. They're vicious dogs. Somebody let their vicious dogs run out and play. Fuck those guys. Alright, so let's start with those peace-loving monks. Shaolin monks, Liu Kang and Kung Lao. Yeah, he just fed her own throat. There's fatality number 1. This one's similar to the last game, but worse. Yeah. Now who's cold-blooded? Oh, and here's definitely my favorite. I hope you're not eating right now. I hope you've sat down and have finished any meal you were eating. Yeah. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time.